Welcome back to the channel Rare Coins Collections. Where we uncover the hidden treasures in your pocket change and explore the fascinating history behind rare and valuable coins. Today, we're diving deep into the story of a coin that's small in size but monumental in value, the United States Lincoln penny from 1957, complete with a mint mark. Could this humble penny be your ticket to a small fortune? Stay tuned because, by the end of this video, we'll reveal just how much this rare coin could be worth in today's market. You won't want to miss it. First, let's step back in time to understand the history of this remarkable coin. The 1957 Lincoln penny belongs to a series that holds a special place in American numismatic history. First introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth, the Lincoln penny became the first U.S. coin to feature a president's portrait. The design, created by sculptor Victor David Brenner, was groundbreaking, and the penny quickly became a favorite among Americans. By 1957, the United States was experiencing a post-war economic boom. The penny was a staple of daily transactions, often used to buy candy, newspapers, and other small items. But while millions of these coins were minted in Philadelphia and Denver, not all pennies were created equal. The mint mark on a coin can significantly impact its rarity and value, and 1957 pennies with mint marks have become highly sought after by collectors. These tiny letters, representing the mint where the coin was produced, can make all the difference when it comes to determining a coin's worth. Now let's talk about the design of the Lincoln penny. The obverse, or front side, features the iconic profile of Abraham Lincoln, one of the most revered figures in American history. His stoic expression and finely detailed features are a tribute to his leadership and legacy. The word "liberty" is inscribed to the left, a reminder of the ideals Lincoln dedicated his life to preserving. Above his head, the date, 1957, is clearly stamped, and just beneath the date, you'll find the small mint mark that can elevate this coin from ordinary to extraordinary. Flipping the coin over, the reverse side features the wheat ears design, which was used from 1909 until 1958. This design includes two stalks of wheat framing the words, 1 cent, United States of America, and the Latin phrase, e pluribus unum, meaning, out of many, one. The wheat symbolizes abundance and prosperity, themes that resonate with the optimism of mid-20th century America. This design was later replaced by the Lincoln Memorial reverse in 1959, making the 1957 penny one of the last coins to feature the classic wheat ears motif. What makes the 1957 Lincoln penny with a mint mark so special to collectors today? It's all about rarity and condition. While these pennies were minted in large quantities, time and usage have taken their toll on many of them. Finding a 1957 Lincoln penny in pristine, uncirculated condition is no small feat. Coins that have been well preserved, with sharp details and minimal wear, are highly coveted. Collectors pay close attention to every detail, from the luster of the metal to the crispness of the engravings, when determining a coin's grade. But there's more. Some 1957 Lincoln pennies have unique features or minting errors that can dramatically increase their value. These errors might include double die obverse, repunched mint marks, or other anomalies that occurred during the minting process. Such coins are incredibly rare, and their unique imperfections make them one-of-a-kind treasures. If you happen to have a 1957 Lincoln penny with an error, you could be sitting on a coin worth significantly more than its weight in copper. Now, here's the moment you've been waiting for. Just how much could a 1957 Lincoln penny with a mint mark be worth today? If you're lucky enough to have one in flawless, uncirculated condition, or better yet, with a rare minting error, it could be worth as much as $50,000. Yes, you heard that right, $50,000 for a single penny. So, if you have a collection of old coins or a jar of pennies gathering dust, it's time to take a closer look. Check for the date, the mint mark, and any unusual details that could make your coin a hidden gem. Who knows? That tiny penny in your possession could turn out to be a life-changing discovery. Today, we're turning the spotlight on a small yet historic piece of American currency, the United States 1-cent Lincoln penny from 1945, complete with its mint mark. This humble coin has an extraordinary story to tell, and by the end of this video, you'll find out just how much this little piece of history could be worth today. Stay with us, it's a journey you won't want to miss. Let's start by stepping back in time to understand the historical significance of the 1945 Lincoln penny. The year 1945 was a pivotal time for the United States and the world. It marked the end of World War II, a global conflict that reshaped nations and economies. The United States emerged from the war as a global power, and the penny, a staple of American currency, played its role in this era of change. During the war, copper was in high demand for military supplies, leading to adjustments in the production of coins. While the 1943 steel pennies are famous for their unique composition, by 1945, the U.S. Mint had resumed using copper for pennies. However, not all pennies were the same, and those with mint marks hold a special allure for collectors today. The design of the Lincoln penny is timeless and iconic. On the obverse side, you'll find the profile of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States and a symbol of leadership, freedom, and unity. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this portrait is a masterpiece of numismatic art. To the left of Lincoln's profile, the word "Liberty" is inscribed, a reminder of the values that Lincoln fought to preserve. Above him is the date, 1945, clearly stamped, and just below the date is the mint mark, indicating the mint where the coin was produced. This tiny detail, often overlooked, can have a huge impact on the coin's value. Turning the coin over, the reverse side features the classic wheat ears design, which was in use from 1909 to 1958. This design includes two stalks of wheat flanking the words, 1 cent, and United States of America. Above these inscriptions is the Latin phrase, e pluribus unum, meaning, out of many, one. The wheat ears symbolize prosperity and agricultural abundance, themes that resonated strongly in the mid-20th century. The design is simple yet elegant, making the Lincoln penny a favorite among collectors and history enthusiasts alike. What makes the 1945 Lincoln penny with a mint mark so special? It's a combination of its historical context, design, and rarity. While millions of pennies were minted that year, finding one in excellent, uncirculated condition is becoming increasingly rare. Over the decades, most of these coins were heavily circulated, bearing the marks of everyday use. Coins with visible wear are common, but those that have been preserved in pristine condition are highly sought after. The key to unlocking the true value of a 1945 Lincoln penny lies in its grade, rarity, and unique features. Some 1945 Lincoln pennies also have errors or variations that make them particularly valuable. These errors could include double die strikes, off-center minting, or repunched mint marks. Such imperfections were the result of mistakes during the minting process, and they make each error coin a one-of-a-kind piece. Collectors are willing to pay a premium for these rare variants, as they represent fascinating quirks in the production of U.S. currency. If you happen to have a 1945 Lincoln penny with one of these errors, you could be holding a true treasure. The mint mark on a 1945 Lincoln penny is another critical detail. It tells collectors where the coin was produced, with D representing the Denver Mint and S representing the San Francisco Mint. Coins from certain mints or with specific mint marks are harder to find, adding another layer of rarity to this already desirable coin. So, if you're examining your coin collection or a jar of old pennies, be sure to check for that mint mark. It could make all the difference. Now, here's the moment you've been waiting for. Just how much could a 1945 Lincoln penny with a mint mark be worth today? If you're fortunate enough to own one in uncirculated condition, with sharp details and minimal wear, or even better, one with a rare error, it could be worth as much as $52,000. Yes, you heard that right, $52,000 for a single penny. So, don't overlook those small coins you might have tucked away in a drawer or a jar. Take a closer look, you might just discover a piece of history worth a fortune. And if you do, let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear about your finds and what treasures you've uncovered. Today, we're diving into a piece of American currency that many might overlook, yet it holds the potential to be worth an astounding amount. That's right, we're talking about the 1954 Lincoln penny with a mint mark, a small coin with a big story. By the end of this video, you'll discover just how valuable this tiny piece of history can be, so stay tuned. You won't want to miss this. To truly appreciate the 1954 Lincoln penny, let's take a journey back to the time of its creation. The year 1954 was an era of post-war recovery and growth for the United States. It was a time when Americans were enjoying the booming economy, and coins like the Lincoln penny were a staple in everyday life. From buying groceries to paying for public transportation, the penny played a significant role in the lives of millions. The Lincoln penny itself holds a unique place in American history. First introduced in 1909 to celebrate the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth, it became the first U.S. coin to feature a president's portrait. The design, crafted by Victor David Brenner, remains iconic to this day. By 1954, the Lincoln penny had become an enduring symbol of American values, a tribute to one of the greatest leaders the nation has ever known. Let's take a closer look at the design of this extraordinary coin. The obverse side features the classic profile of Abraham Lincoln. His dignified expression and finely detailed features are a testament to his legacy as the 16th President of the United States. To the left of his profile, the word Liberty is boldly inscribed, while the date, 1954, appears on the right, with a mint mark directly below it. This mint mark, whether it's a D for the Denver Mint or an S for the San Francisco Mint, holds the key to the coin's rarity and value. On the reverse side, we find the iconic wheat ears design, which was in use from 1909 to 1958. This side of the coin features two stalks of wheat framing the words, 1 cent, and United States of America. Above these inscriptions, the Latin phrase, e pluribus unum, is prominently displayed, translating to, out of many, one. This design is a beautiful representation of unity and prosperity, themes that were especially relevant during the mid-20th century. Now, what makes the 1954 Lincoln penny with a mint mark so special? While millions of these coins were produced that year, most were used in everyday transactions, leaving them with wear and tear. Finding a 1954 Lincoln penny in pristine, uncirculated condition is incredibly rare. Collectors prize these coins for their historical significance and exceptional craftsmanship, but it's the condition that truly sets them apart. Coins that are well preserved, with sharp details and no visible damage, can fetch significantly higher prices in the collector's market. The luster of the metal, the clarity of the inscriptions, and the crispness of the design all contribute to a coin's grade. And for the 1954 Lincoln penny, these factors can make the difference between a coin worth a few cents and one worth thousands of dollars. In addition to condition, some 1954 Lincoln pennies have unique features or minting errors that dramatically increase their value. These errors could include double die strikes, off-center minting, or repunched mint marks. Such errors occurred during the coin's production and are considered rare anomalies. Collectors love these one-of-a-kind pieces because they stand out from standard issues and tell a story of how the coin-making process wasn't always perfect. The mint mark is another critical factor in determining a coin's value. The 1954 Lincoln penny was minted in both Denver and San Francisco, and coins from each location carry their respective mint marks. Some mint marks are harder to find than others, which adds another layer of intrigue and desirability to these coins. If you're inspecting a 1954 penny, make sure to check for the mint mark just below the date. It could be the detail that turns your coin into a treasure. Now comes the moment you've been waiting for. Just how much could a 1954 Lincoln penny with a mint mark be worth in today's market? If you're fortunate enough to own one in flawless, uncirculated condition, or even better, one with a rare minting error, it could fetch an astonishing $51,000. Yes, $51,000 for a single penny that might be sitting unnoticed in your collection, so, don't underestimate the power of a penny. If you've got an old coin collection or a jar of loose change lying around, take the time to go through it carefully. Check the dates, inspect the mint marks, and look for any unique details that might set your coins apart. You never know, you could be holding a small fortune in the palm of your hand. Today, we're diving into an absolute gem of American currency, the United States 1-cent Lincoln penny from 1953, featuring a mint mark. This seemingly ordinary coin has a history as rich as its potential value, and by the end of this video, you'll learn just how much it could be worth. Spoiler alert, it's an amount that might surprise you, so stay tuned until the very end. To truly appreciate the 1953 Lincoln penny, we need to step back into the world of post-war America. The year 1953 was a time of optimism and progress in the United States. The country was riding a wave of economic growth, and the post-World War II boom was in full swing. It was a period of suburban expansion, advancements in technology, and a renewed sense of hope for the future. During this time, coins like the Lincoln penny were an integral part of everyday life, used for everything from buying a soda at the local diner to catching a ride on public transportation. The Lincoln penny itself is steeped in history. First introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, it became the first U.S. coin to feature the portrait of a president. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this iconic coin has stood the test of time and remains one of the most recognizable pieces of American currency. By 1953, the Lincoln penny had become a staple in the pockets of millions of Americans, symbolizing both practicality and tradition. Now let's take a closer look at the design of this remarkable coin. On the obverse side, you'll find the profile of Abraham Lincoln, his gaze steady and determined. This portrait captures the essence of one of America's most revered leaders, a man who guided the nation through its most challenging period, the Civil War. To the left of Lincoln's profile, the word "Liberty" is inscribed, a constant reminder of the principles he stood for. To the right, the date, 1953, is clearly displayed, with a small mint mark just beneath it. This tiny mark, often overlooked, holds the key to the coin's rarity and value. Flip the coin over, and you'll see the classic wheat ears design that adorned the reverse of the Lincoln penny from 1909 to 1958. This design features two wheat stalks framing the words, 1 cent and United States of America. Above these inscriptions, the phrase, E pluribus unum, is prominently displayed. This Latin motto, meaning, out of many, one, reflects the unity and strength of the nation. The simplicity and elegance of this design have made the wheat penny a favorite among collectors and history enthusiasts alike. What makes the 1953 Lincoln penny with a mint mark so special? While millions of these pennies were minted that year, most were used in everyday transactions, accumulating wear and tear over the decades. Finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition is a rare treat for collectors. These well-preserved coins, with sharp details and a beautiful luster, are highly sought after and can command significant prices in the collector's market. Beyond its condition, some 1953 Lincoln pennies are even more valuable due to unique features or minting errors. These errors could include double die strikes, off-center minting, or repunched mint marks. Such anomalies occurred during the minting process and are considered rare and fascinating by collectors. If you happen to have a 1953 Lincoln penny with one of these errors, you might be holding a true one-of-a-kind treasure. The mint mark is another critical factor in determining the coin's value. In 1953, Lincoln pennies were minted in multiple locations, including Denver and San Francisco, which are denoted by the D and S mint marks, respectively. Coins from certain mints or with specific mint mark characteristics are harder to find, making them more desirable among collectors. So, if you're examining your collection or a jar of old coins, pay close attention to the area just below the date. You never know what you might discover. Now, the moment you've been waiting for. Just how much could a 1953 Lincoln penny with a mint mark be worth? If you're lucky enough to own one in exceptional, uncirculated condition, or even better, one with a rare minting error, it could be worth an incredible $53,000. Yes, you heard that right, $53,000 for a single penny. This goes to show that even the smallest and most unassuming coins can carry tremendous value. So, don't underestimate that old jar of coins sitting in your attic or basement. It could be hiding a fortune. Take the time to sort through them carefully, look for key details like dates, mint marks, and condition, and who knows? You might just uncover a hidden treasure. Today, we're spotlighting a small but mighty piece of American history, the United States 1-cent Lincoln penny from 1950 with a mint mark. While it may look like an ordinary coin at first glance, this penny has the potential to be worth an incredible amount of money. Stick around, because by the end of this video, we'll reveal just how much it could be worth. Hint: it's a jaw-dropping number that you won't want to miss. The year 1950 marked a dynamic period in American history. The country was emerging from the challenges of World War II and settling into a post-war world filled with economic growth, innovation, and optimism. The nation was on the cusp of cultural and technological revolutions, and coins like the Lincoln penny were integral to the daily lives of millions of Americans. From buying a soda for just a few cents to paying bus fares, these pennies were the backbone of commerce during this exciting era. The Lincoln penny itself is a legendary piece of American currency, with a rich history that dates back to its introduction in 1909. It was the first U.S. coin to feature the portrait of a president, Abraham Lincoln, and was designed to commemorate the 100th anniversary of his birth. Victor David Brenner, the artist behind this iconic design, captured Lincoln's profile in a way that has stood the test of time. By 1950, the Lincoln penny was more than just a coin, it was a symbol of American values, resilience, and history. Let's take a closer look at the design of this timeless coin. On the obverse side, you'll find the familiar profile of Abraham Lincoln, his gaze steadfast and full of determination. To the left of his portrait, the word "Liberty" is inscribed, a tribute to one of the ideals Lincoln stood for. To the right of his image, the date, 1950, is displayed, with a mint mark directly beneath it. That small mint mark, often an overlooked detail, is crucial for determining the coin's rarity and value. Now, flip the coin over to the reverse side, and you'll see the classic wheat ears design, which graced the Lincoln penny from 1909 to 1958. Two detailed stalks of wheat frame the words, 1 cent, and United States of America. Above this, the phrase, E pluribus unum, reminds us of the unity that binds the nation together. The wheat ears design is not only elegant but also a nostalgic representation of America's agricultural roots and the spirit of growth and prosperity. What makes the 1950 Lincoln penny with a mint mark so special and sought after? Although millions of these pennies were minted that year, most were used in everyday transactions and have since been worn down over time. Finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition is a rarity and a dream come true for collectors. Coins that retain their original shine, crisp details, and flawless surfaces are highly prized, with their value skyrocketing in the collector's market. But condition isn't the only factor that makes the 1950 Lincoln penny valuable. Some coins from that year are even more extraordinary because of unique features or minting errors. These errors could include double die strikes, off-center impressions, or repunched mint marks. Such mistakes happened during the production process and are incredibly rare, making these error coins stand out as one-of-a-kind treasures. Collectors and enthusiasts are willing to pay a premium for coins with these fascinating anomalies, as they represent a blend of history and uniqueness. The mint mark on the 1950 Lincoln penny also plays a significant role in determining its worth. During this year, these pennies were minted in multiple locations, including Denver and San Francisco, which are represented by the D and S mint marks. Coins with specific mint marks or unique minting characteristics are often harder to find, adding to their allure and value. If you're lucky enough to own a 1950 penny, take a closer look at the area just beneath the date. That tiny mark could make all the difference. It's also important to note that the historical context of this coin adds to its significance. By 1950, the U.S. Mint had established itself as a pillar of reliability and quality, producing coins that were both functional and beautiful. Coins from this era reflect the craftsmanship and attention to detail that make them timeless pieces of art. Owning a 1950 Lincoln penny is like holding a piece of American history in the palm of your hand, a tangible connection to the past. Now comes the moment you've been waiting for. Just how much could a 1950 Lincoln penny with a mint mark be worth? If you're fortunate enough to own one in exceptional, uncirculated condition, or better yet, one with a rare minting error, it could fetch an astounding $58,000. That's right, $58,000 for a single penny. This incredible value goes to show that even the smallest and most unassuming coins can carry immense worth. So, the next time you come across an old jar of coins or dig through a collection that's been sitting in storage, don't overlook those pennies. Carefully examine the dates, mint marks, and overall condition. You could be holding a treasure worth a fortune. Today, we're going to uncover the story behind a true gem of American currency, the United States 1-cent Lincoln penny from 1949 with a mint mark. This little piece of history might be hiding in your collection, and its value will absolutely blow your mind. By the end of this video, we'll reveal just how much this penny could be worth, so stay tuned because you won't want to miss it. The year 1949 was a pivotal time in American history. World War II was in the rearview mirror, and the United States was transitioning into an era of prosperity and growth. Families were moving into newly built homes, industries were thriving, and life in America was all about optimism for the future. Coins like the 1949 Lincoln penny were used daily, passed from hand to hand in a booming post-war economy. Whether for buying groceries, paying for a movie ticket, or tipping a diner waitress, these pennies played a vital role in the everyday lives of Americans. The Lincoln penny itself is a cornerstone of American coinage, with a legacy that began in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a president's portrait, breaking away from the traditional imagery of liberty and heralding a new era for American currency. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln penny became an instant classic, and its design remains one of the most recognizable in the world. Let's take a closer look at the design of this remarkable coin. On the obverse side, you'll find the iconic profile of Abraham Lincoln. His thoughtful expression and steady gaze embody the character and strength of one of America's greatest leaders. To the left of Lincoln, the word liberty serves as a reminder of the values he fought to preserve. To the right, the date, 1949, is inscribed, with a small mint mark positioned just below it. That little mint mark is more than just a detail, it's a key factor in the coin's rarity and value. Flip the coin over, and you're greeted by the timeless wheat ears design on the reverse side. This design, which graced the back of Lincoln pennies from 1909 to 1958, features two wheat stalks framing the inscriptions, 1 cent, and United States of America. Above these words, the phrase, e pluribus unum, meaning, out of many, one, reflects the unity of the nation. The simplicity and elegance of this design are why the wheat penny remains a favorite among collectors and history buffs. Now, you might be wondering what makes the 1949 Lincoln penny with a mint mark so special. The answer lies in its rarity and condition. While millions of these pennies were minted that year, most were used in daily transactions and have since suffered from wear and tear. Finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition is exceptionally rare. These coins, with their sharp details, brilliant luster, and flawless surfaces, are highly sought after by collectors, but condition isn't the only factor that determines the value of the 1949 Lincoln penny. Some of these coins are even more extraordinary due to minting errors or unique features. These errors might include double die strikes, off-center impressions, or repunched mint marks. Such anomalies occurred during the minting process and are incredibly rare, making them prized by collectors for their uniqueness and historical significance. The mint mark on the 1949 Lincoln penny also plays a critical role in its desirability. These pennies were minted in multiple locations, including Denver and San Francisco, which are represented by the D and S mint marks, respectively. Coins from specific mints or with unusual mint mark characteristics are harder to find, and that scarcity drives up their value. If you have a 1949 Lincoln penny, take a closer look at the area just below the date. You might discover a hidden treasure. The historical context of this coin adds to its appeal. In 1949, the United States Mint was continuing its tradition of excellence, producing coins that were not only functional but also artistic. Each coin from this era represents a blend of craftsmanship and utility, making it a tangible piece of American history. Holding a 1949 Lincoln penny is like holding a snapshot of a nation moving forward after the challenges of war. So, how can you tell if your 1949 Lincoln penny is truly valuable? Start by examining its condition. Coins with little to no signs of wear, sharp details, and original mint luster are the ones that command the highest prices. Next, check for any minting errors or unique features. These rare variations can significantly increase the coin's worth. Finally, pay attention to the mint mark. The location where the coin was minted can be a major factor in determining its rarity. Now, for the moment you've been waiting for, just how much could a 1949 Lincoln penny with a mint mark be worth? If you're lucky enough to own one in exceptional, uncirculated condition, or even better, one with a rare minting error, it could fetch an astonishing $59,000. Yes, $59,000 for a single penny. This incredible value proves that even the smallest and most overlooked items can hold immense worth. So, the next time you come across an old coin, take a closer look. You might be holding a piece of history, and a small fortune, in your hands. Today, we're exploring one of the most iconic pieces of American currency, the United States 1-cent Lincoln penny from 1944 with a mint mark. This isn't just a penny. It's a fascinating piece of history that could be worth far more than its face value. In fact, by the end of this video, you'll find out just how much this coin could fetch today, and the number will leave you speechless. So stay with us, because you won't want to miss a single detail about this incredible penny. The year 1944 was a significant time in American history. World War II was at its peak, and the United States was fully engaged in the war effort. Every aspect of American life was touched by the conflict, including the production of coins. The Lincoln penny from this year is not just a piece of currency, it's a snapshot of a nation united in a global struggle. This penny, minted during a time of great sacrifice and determination, holds a deep historical significance, making it a prized possession for collectors around the world. The Lincoln penny, first introduced in 1909, has a legacy that has captured the hearts of Americans for over a century. Designed to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a president's portrait. The iconic design by Victor David Brenner showcased Lincoln's profile in a way that exudes dignity, leadership, and strength. By 1944, this penny had become a symbol of resilience and unity, qualities that defined the American spirit during World War II. Let's take a closer look at the design of this remarkable coin. On the obverse side, you'll find the familiar profile of Abraham Lincoln, his steady gaze reflecting the determination of the nation. To his left is the word liberty, a constant reminder of the ideals he fought to uphold. To the right, you'll see the year 1944, accompanied by a small mint mark just beneath it. That mint mark, often overlooked, is one of the key details that determines the coin's rarity and value. Now, turn the coin over to the reverse side, and you'll see the classic wheat ears design. This design, which adorned Lincoln pennies from 1909 to 1958, features two stalks of wheat framing the inscriptions, 1 cent and United States of America. Above these inscriptions is the Latin phrase, e pluribus unum, meaning, out of many, one, symbolizing the unity of the American people. The wheat ears design is not only elegant but also nostalgic, representing the agricultural roots and hard work that built the nation. What makes the 1944 Lincoln penny with a mint mark so special? While millions of these pennies were produced during the war years, the unique circumstances of 1944 make this coin particularly intriguing. Due to the demand for copper in the production of war materials, the U.S. Mint had to adapt its coin-making processes. In fact, 1944 pennies were struck using spent shell casings from the military. This innovative approach adds a layer of historical significance to the 1944 Lincoln penny, connecting it directly to the efforts of the greatest generation. Rarity and condition are two key factors that determine the value of any coin, and the 1944 Lincoln penny is no exception. Although these pennies were minted in large numbers, most were heavily circulated and have since suffered from wear and tear. Finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition is incredibly rare and highly desirable among collectors. These coins, with their sharp details and original luster, can command impressive prices in the collector's market, but condition isn't the only thing that makes the 1944 Lincoln penny valuable. Some coins from this year stand out because of unique features or minting errors. These errors could include double die strikes, off-center impressions, or variations in the mint marks. Such anomalies occurred during the minting process and are extremely rare, making them highly sought after by collectors. If you're lucky enough to own a 1944 penny with one of these errors, you could be holding a truly one-of-a-kind treasure. The mint mark is another crucial detail to examine. In 1944, Lincoln pennies were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, represented by no mint mark, D, or an S, respectively. Coins from specific mints, or with unique characteristics tied to their mint mark, can be much harder to find, significantly increasing their value. If you have a 1944 penny, take a closer look at the area just below the date. That tiny letter could make all the difference. Beyond its monetary value, the 1944 Lincoln penny is a piece of history. It's a tangible connection to a time when the nation came together to overcome immense challenges. Holding one of these pennies is like holding a piece of that collective effort, a reminder of the strength and unity that define the ERA.SO. How can you tell if your 1944 Lincoln penny is worth a fortune? Start by examining its condition. Coins in near-perfect, uncirculated condition with sharp details and a flawless surface are the most valuable. Next, check for any minting errors or unique features. These rare characteristics can dramatically increase the coin's worth. Finally, take note of the mint mark. A D for Denver or an S for San Francisco could add to the coin's rarity and appeal. Now for the moment you've been waiting for. Just how much could a 1944 Lincoln penny with a mint mark be worth? If you're fortunate enough to own one in pristine condition, or even better, one with a rare minting error, it could fetch an astounding $69,000. Yes, $69,000 for a single penny. This incredible value is a testament to the importance of paying attention to the details. What might look like an ordinary coin could turn out to be an extraordinary treasure. So, the next time you come across a jar of old pennies, don't dismiss them. Take a closer look. You never know what history and value you might uncover. Thank you for joining us on this exciting journey into the world of rare coins. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about the fascinating stories and values behind historical currency, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our latest discoveries. Let us know in the comments if you've ever come across a rare coin or if there's a specific coin you'd like us to feature in a future video. Until next time, happy collecting, and may your next penny be your golden ticket to history and wealth.